Hey everybody, my name is Jacob Sengel and I'm here today at the Edmond Fire Department to talk to you about one of the most iconic trucks on the road, the fire truck. And we're at fire station number 5 today, and it looks like Captain Locke is on his way over here to talk to us about his fire truck.
Hey Jacob, glad to have you here today. But one thing about it, this isn't actually a fire truck, it's a fire engine.
Oh, well, would it be okay if we got inside and took a look at it?
Sure, great, come on. Hey Jacob. Hey, as a captain, my job on the fire engine is mainly the safety for my crew, the navigation, which is telling the driver how to get to the call that we're responding to, and mitigating the incident when we get there.
Wow, so I see a lot of different equipment in here. Could you maybe tell me a little bit about it? Like, what about the laptop? What do you use that for?
Okay, our laptops here, when Edmond or our dispatch calls, the call notes will come up on the computer. I'll be able to read the call notes, which tells us what is going on at the incident. A map will also pop up here, and I'll be able to route the driver on how to get to the incident.
And when you talk to dispatch, do you talk to them on the laptop or on a cell phone?
No, we have a radio in the rig. We have a radio up here. I'm able to bring down the radio, talk on the radio to dispatch, and they can return and talk to me. And then we also have these headsets right here. With these headsets, the crew in the back has headsets, and we have headsets. We can put them on like this while we're driving down the road, and we're able to communicate to each other and hear dispatch through the headsets. So we all know, have an idea of what's going on when we get there. Now, how would you like to switch seats, and we'll have driver Rainey come over and he can speak about driving the rig.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right.
Hey, driver Rainey.
Hey, Jacob, how you doing this morning?
Good. Hey, I was just talking to your captain about your fire engine here, and he thought maybe you'd show me a little bit about your job as a driver.
I'd love to. Jump in.
Sure.
Well, staying on my primary job as a driver is to make sure that we get all of the firefighters to the incident safely.
All right, so I see a lot of different safety equipment in here. Could you maybe tell me about one of the most important ways that you keep the firefighters safe while driving?
Absolutely. One of the most important things that we always do before we leave the station on any incident is to put on our seat belts. Before we actually leave the station, I'll make sure that the firefighters in the back have their seat belts on as well.
Wow, so I know people really want to know about the lights and the sirens. Can you tell us how those work and why you use them?
Absolutely. The way I want to turn my lights and sirens on, I have a button up here that I push that turns on all of the lights. The sirens, I have a switch here that I turn on. I'm not going to turn them on now because it's pretty loud. But this allows us to get to the incident by letting individuals in their cars know that we're coming down the street, and they'll move over to the right so we can pass on the left.
Well, that sounds like it does help keep all the firefighters safe. So I think I'm going to take a hop here in the back and check out what the other firefighters do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Nope.
Hey, Firefighter Wolliver. I was just talking to your captain and your driver about some of their responsibilities on the way to an emergency call. Could you share with us some of the things that you do as a firefighter to get ready?
Sure. Well, the most important thing that I can do is to be ready whenever we arrive on scene. That's going to be getting our equipment on. I have my fire coat, my fire helmet, and my pants. One of the most important pieces that we can put on the way to a fire is going to be our air pack. We use this to breathe fresh air so we can go into smoky buildings and things like that.
Okay, now I see a couple other things over here. Is this your radio?
Yeah, so this is my radio. We keep this on us at all times so that way we can communicate with other firefighters. And I also have a flashlight right here that we use to see in the dark.
Awesome. Now, what about all these bags of equipment here?
So that's our medical equipment, and if you want, I can get Firefighter Olson. He's a paramedic on this engine today, and he can talk to you about that.
Hey, Firefighter Olson.
Hey!
I was just talking to Firefighter Wolliver about all this medical equipment that you carry on the fire engine. So does this mean that you're kind of like an ambulance also?
Yes, we don't just do fires, we do car wrecks, or if somebody falls down and breaks an arm or a leg, we have all sorts of medical stuff to help us with that.
Okay, now this is a lot of bags. Could you maybe tell me what like this one does?
This is called the monitor. We hook this up to a patient to take a picture of their heart and see how their heart's doing.
Okay, now what about what if I broke my arm?
If you fall down and break your arm or you're bleeding, this is the trauma bag. So we have all sorts of splints and bandages, and if it's super serious, we even have Band-Aids.
Wow, and then what's that silver thing?
So this is the airway bag. This is full of oxygen. If somebody's having trouble breathing, we can give them some oxygen so they can breathe better. In the morning, we show up and we check out all our medical equipment, and then we usually go do some training. You want to go check that out?
Yeah, sure. I'll meet you guys down there.
Awesome.
Firefighter responding, simulated structure fire, 5300 East Cobell.
Clear, 85 response to simulated structure fire, 5300 East Cobell Road.
Hey Jacob.
Hey, Captain Locke. Firefighter Olson was telling me you're about to do some fire training. Could you tell me about that?
Yes, we are going to practice a live fire scenario with live fire inside the building. And then we're going to bring the guys down here. We're going to get off the truck just like it's the real fire and practice putting it out.
Okay, and now I know you talk about the different roles everybody has, so what do you tell the firefighters to do?
Okay, on the way down here, I gave them their assignments, okay, to the fire. So one firefighter will get off and catch the hydrant.
Call 1 service.
Call 1 in service.
Okay, and then what about the other firefighter?
The other firefighter will pull a fire hose off the fire truck and take it into the fire building.
Okay, and then I know there's also the driver. What's he doing?
The driver will get out, he will climb up on the pump panel, turn on the water, and get water from the engine to the fire.
All right, well, I'm going to stand back and let you do your job, and then maybe after you can show me around the rest of the fire truck.
Sounds good.
All right.
Hey Jacob.
Wow, that was impressive.
Yes, firefighter Olson has the hose ready. He pulled off the hose line, got the water stream ready. Now we're going to put on our masks, we're going to put on our helmets and put on our gloves and go inside and put out the fire. And while we're inside putting out the fire, if you'd like, you can go talk to firefighter Wooliver and he'll show you the rest of the truck.
Sounds good,
Okay.
thanks.
Entering structure, part 3, part 2.
Hey, Firefighter Wooliver.
Hey.
Now, I was wondering if you could show me the rest of your fire engine here, and I noticed that you have a couple of air packs. What are these extra ones for?
So this one is our driver's air pack, and then we also have an extra one just in case we need it.
Okay, well, that makes sense. And then these tools, now this one's pretty iconic, the axe, but what do you do with the rest of them?
Yeah, so we use any of the other tools to get into cars or buildings if we can't get into them without them.
Okay, and then now this back one, now I've never seen anything like this before. What do you use this for?
Yeah, so that's actually just a big, powerful fan, and we use it to blow smoke out of buildings.
Awesome. And then there's one more last really important thing around the back you need to show me.
Come with me.
Whoa, now this flag's pretty cool, but what's under the black tarp?
Well, let me show you. This is all of our extra large hose that we use to supply water to our hose that we fight fire with in the buildings. Well, that's pretty much all I have for you on the engine, so let's go see what the other guys are doing if they're done cleaning up.
Sounds good. Hey, Captain Locke.
Hello, Jacob.
Thank you so much for showing me around your fire engine today. It was awesome learning about what you do to keep the community safe.
Hey, you're welcome. We had a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. And always remember, check your smoke alarms, make sure they're working. And if you ever have an emergency, just call 911. We'll be there.